What's up YouTube, Zandar the Legend here today. Be about halfway through our Battle for Zendikar intro deck exclusive. And yeah, let's just start it out today with Eldrazi Assault, black and red. Eldrazi Assault, hailing from the space between the planes, the Eldrazi are relentless destroyers, and the smaller Eldrazi no longer wait for their superiors to arrive. Overwhelm your opponent with the wave after wave of colorless creatures, and take the fight to the inhabitants of Zendikar. Oh my gosh, excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. You guys don't care about that though. You guys care about getting right in to the intro deck. Now, if this is your first time seeing an intro deck, we always go over the contents of the package, which includes the actual deck, 2 booster packs of the current expansion, Battle for Zendikar obviously, a book that contains the deck list for all the different intro decks and how to play them, how to improve upon them, and a rules reference card. If you're new to Magic, some of that might be helpful. If not a big deal. You can just throw it right over there in the trash. Always save our booster packs for the end, but let's go straight into the intro deck for Eldrazi Assault. Now, this top card is always a foiled premium alternate art card, which in this case, it is for the Barrage Tyrant. Every single intro deck has 2 rare cards by an unsorted amount of commons and uncommons. This is the Barrage Tyrant, which we actually saw in a previous video if you've been watching the series. 4 uncolored and a red for 5/3 Eldrazi Devoid. For 2 uncolored and a red, he can sacrifice another colorless creature, and he deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target creature or player. Our other rare in this intro pack is going to be Serpentine Spike. 5 uncolored, double red, Devoid. Deals 2 damage to a creature, 3 damage to another creature, 4 damage to a third creature. If a creature dealt damage will die this turn, exile instead. Alright, now, I'm sure this is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure this box read like it was going to be an aggro Eldrazi deck. So very, very interesting choice. Commons, we always say the name and just go past. Feel free to pause the video if you want to see what they do. Sludge Crawlers. Cosmic Sentinel, which I actually like. Culling Drone. First uncommon's a Forerunner of Slaughter. Black and a red for 3/2 Devoid. For 1 uncolored, target colorless creature gains haste until end of turn. Pretty solid card. I expect to see a lot of those in decks in the future. Nettle Drone. Vile Aggregate. 2 uncolored and a red for a star 5. Has Devoid. Its power is equal to the number of colorless creatures you control. It has Trample and Ingest. Pretty solid card there. Dominator Drone. Vestige of Emrakul. Mindraker. Silent Skimmer. Blighted Fin. Tap and add 1 uncolored to your pool, or for 4 and a black, sacrifice it. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Could be really good. The new artwork Evolving Wilds. Looming Spires, a whole bunch of non-full art mountains and swamps. I go over this always in all my videos, but if those were full art, you'd be paying a lot more for these intro decks, so kind of glad they didn't do that for the newer players. Processor Assault, 1 uncolored and a red for Sorcery Devoid. As an additional cost to cast it, put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. It deals 5 damage to target creature. I mean, it's a roast, but with a lot more stuff going on, so you might as well play a roast. That's just my opinion. Transgress the Mind, my goodness. 1 uncolored and a black Sorcery Devoid. Target player reveals his or her hand. You may choose a card with it from converted mana cost 3 or greater and exile that card. It's kind of like the new Thoughtseize, not quite as powerful, obviously, but you don't pay 2 life to do it either. Molten Nursery, I've got to play this a little bit. It actually is pretty decent. 2 uncolored and a red for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Pretty handy because, I mean, it lets you get rid of a lot of like Eldrazi spawns and stuff off the battlefield, or just deal extra damage. Now, I said I wasn't going to go over commons, but this is one of the better common removals in the set. Touch of the Void, 2 uncolored and a red. Devoid. Touch of the Void deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this turn would die, it exile it instead. Obviously, it's just a really good removal card. 3 damage for 3 mana. Well, we lost a lot of red removals, so it's really good to have that back in there. Swarm Surge. And our last uncommon is a Grip of Desolation, 4 uncolored double black, instant devoid, exile target creature and target land. This is supposedly going to be the best removal card in the whole set. Instant ability, and you get rid of a creature and a land. So very, very high hopes for that card. I know Wedge from the Mana Source had said that is, after playing, that is definitely one of the best removal cards in the whole entire set. Now the part everybody's been waiting for. Can we make an Expedition land pool out of just an intro deck? It'll make them worth quite a bit. Terratoa Baloth, Royal Mage's Trick, Dutiful Return, Swell of Growth, Stonehaven Medic, Kozilek Sentinel, Gideon's Reproach, Touch of the Void again, good addition to that deck, Sheer Drop, Kozilek's Channeler. First uncommon is a Quorum Stonewaker, 1 uncolored and a red for a 2/1 Human Shaman. Landfall, when it enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2 and a red. If you do, put a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste onto the battlefield. Sounds really good. I haven't really got a chance to play that card too much. Ulamog's Reclaimer, 4 uncolored and a blue for a 2/5 devoid. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I could definitely see this in some type of Esper control or something like that. Pilgrim's Eye, 3 uncolored for a 1/1 Thopter. It has flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. Once again, this will get the new dual lands, so pretty good card. And our rare mythic in this pack is going to be a Veteran War Leader. Not too good for this intro deck, but 1 uncolored, green and a white for a star. He's a human soldier ally. His power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Tap another untapped ally you control, and he gains your choice of First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, or Trample until end of turn. Pretty solid card. Nice full art swamp, and an Octopus token. Guys and gals, it's that time of the video. If you have not hit the subscribe button, my Veteran War Leader would really, really like you to do it, because yeah. So make sure you do that. Hit a like button or hit the dislike. Tell me what you'd like to see. If I'm not doing it, I don't know if I just hurt this card or not, but my Earthen Arms here has a little rinky-dink. This will be going in my hard counter deck. Pretty excited about this. 2 mana for 2 counters plus an Awaken ability. Sign me up. Incubator Drone, Kalastrala Healer, Reclaiming Vines, Boiling Earth, Makindi Patrol, Stone Fury, Ghostly Sentinel, pretty decent. 5 mana for a 3/3 Flying Vigilance. I mean, Benefic Infiltrator, Makindi Slide Runner. First uncommons, a Void Attendant, 2 uncolored and a green for a 2/3 devoid. For 1 uncolored and a green, put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard, and you can put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield, and obviously it has to sacrifice this creature and add 1 uncolored to your mana pool. Grove Rumbler, which we've been over in a previous video if you've been paying attention to the series. 2 uncolored, red and a green for 3/3 trample. It has landfall for +2/+2 until end of turn. Ooh, it's our first Hadron's Archive, or Hadron Archive. 4 uncolored, you can tap it and add 2 uncolored to your mana pool, or you can do 2 and sacrifice it and draw 2 cards. Now our last rare or mythic of the day is going to be a Fathom Feeder. Now this is going to see play no matter what in the new Esper control. This is a solid card. 1 black, 1 blue for 1/1 devoid, death touch, ingest. For 3 uncolored, a blue and a black, draw a card. Each opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. So card advantage, and you force someone to exile without even attacking. And we finally got a different beautiful full art island. I believe, I don't know, this might be my friend Scott's favorite one in the set. I'll have to ask him again. And our last card is we finally get an Eldrazi Scion token. You know what? We have always gotten a token on that last card. I wonder if now you, no matter what, get a token. That'll be really interesting to see as we go forward in the series. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.